Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I wanted to jump on and share with you some thoughts regarding a tweet that Katie Joy put out. She actually put it out today and I had quite a few opinions about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so it's been a while since I've talked about Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. You guys know that I've covered her in the past, and typically she does things that are just rinse and repeat. It's nothing new, it's just hypocrisy and nonsense consistently from her, and I don't really feel the need to put a pin in everything that she says and dissect it, but that's just my own personal kind of way of looking at things. It becomes very repetitive. But she put out this tweet today, and there's a lot of instances of her, pot meet kettle, that kind of thing. But with this, it's so funny to me because apologies seems like something that historically she has not ever done very well with. I can think of a few instances where an apology should have been given to her being rude to someone, saying nasty things about someone, seeing someone, trying to harass someone, or just being overall cruel. And we've seen many examples of this. And instead of having enough self-awareness to recognize, okay, I probably shouldn't put this tweet out, she went ahead and put this tweet out at 4:44 p.m. This was today. It says, one thing. Now she's talking about the catastrophe at Astroworld with Travis Scott. I'm sure all of you guys know that, so I'm not going to go into a history lesson. It's devastating. It's extremely sad and heartbreaking for the 8 people who lost their lives at this festival. And I just can't imagine the family members and friends of those people who thought that they were going to a music festival to have fun and it was supposed to be a good time, and then it turns out to be a catastrophic event. My heart goes out to everyone affected by that, for sure. So the tweet says, one thing I haven't heard from Travis Scott or the organizers of Astroworld is, I'm sorry. The reason, by apologizing, they acknowledge liability and responsibility for what happened. Instead, they will call it a tragedy and out of their control. That sentence doesn't make sense. I think she forgot to add an it's in there. It's out of their control. And then it continues to say, just my thoughts.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. And I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
I look at many things that Katie does and I agree with her. If it's just that sole statement, I would say, Okay, I can see where you're coming from. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But when you know the history that she has had online of being cruel to people, defaming people, talking negatively about people that she disagrees with their way of living, and it's not just giving normal commentary. I think if you're familiar with Katie, you will know that she goes above and beyond in her coverage. And we can look back at the Tati Westbrook lawsuit, and there were several things said about Tati that were way out of line and not commentary at all. It wasn't an open discussion or maybe some snarky opinions once in a while. It was extremely cruel and hurtful. And even if you're someone who has been online for a long time and you're kind of used to these negative comments and people having some opinions that might not be in your favor, when you're talking about the things that Katie has said and other YouTubers as well, but when you think about having thick skin, there's still only so much that someone will tolerate or can tolerate. And that's something that she's exhibited time and time and time again. To try to orchestrate why the apology hasn't been given, why they're not saying I'm sorry, meaning Travis Scott or anyone at Live Nation or anyone on his team. I just don't think that that's a tent that you want to step foot in when you have such a colorful history of being so cruel to your own members, your own subscribers, fellow YouTubers. Outright cruel. The other thing that I want to say is early this year, it was either early this year or late last year, I did a video how Katie had put on an apology and then it was quickly deleted. I'll link that video down below. So if we're going to talk about, I always kind of say this too, if we're talking about giving an apology, that should definitely be something that you stand on and not something that's retracted. Like, of all things, why would you ever retract an apology if it's actually what you meant to say? I don't fully understand that either. We're talking about someone sharing an opinion like this, and it's someone who historically has given an apology and then removed it or deleted it and then continued on with her insane ways online. This is just so funny that she wants to put this out there. It really made me chuckle. Now, if you look on Katie's YouTube channel, as per usual, she is covering the Sister Wives and everything Duggar. That is all of her content as of the last week. She's not really gone outside of the box. 1 week ago, she did talk about the roll-offs, but since then, it's been Sister Wives and all about Duggar. So we already know that, you know, those are her cash cows. I assume that she will use this Astroworld story to her advantage, and there will probably be videos coming out over the next few days regarding this catastrophe, because as we know, historically, she likes to utilize heartbreaking, catastrophic events like the Gabby Petito situation in order to build her own subscriber base and fill her pockets with money. Time will tell, but I think when we're talking about someone like Katie, it is extremely predictable the way that she kind of moves online, and I would expect to see at least a handful of videos regarding this Astroworld situation. It might be 1, it might be 5, I'm not sure, but I don't see her not utilizing this story because it's popular to her own advantage. So I'm also going to do a separate video regarding her and Keemstar because I just find that hilarious. In my personal opinion, I think that Katie Joy has met her match when it comes to Keemstar. These two are going back and forth and it's getting petty, and she gets backed into a corner and just, you know, lashes out just like she always does. But unfortunately, when you move around the internet the way that she does, and there is such a long-standing history of being problematic and being cruel and vile and giving an apology and then deleting it, or not giving an apology at all, when something like this comes out, yes, it is hypocrisy. It's you being a hypocrite again to put your opinion out there on who should apologize and who hasn't apologized and why they haven't, and all of this kind of stuff. That's something that there's not enough self-awareness, in my personal opinion, to say, maybe I shouldn't tweet this because I have not been one to apologize to people that I have done wrong in the past. And there's documented evidence of me doing people wrong and not saying sorry, or if I say sorry, I delete it. So yes, she's being a hypocrite. Am I surprised? No. But I saw that and I just had to have a little laugh. Once in a while, I will go over to her Twitter just to see what's going on, and that perfect timing was the first thing that I saw. So I wanted to jump on and share my opinion about this. Like I said, the Astroworld situation is just gut-wrenching and heartbreaking, and I think of the family and friends of the people who were either injured or lost their life when they thought that they were going to a music festival that was going to be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, just like everything else online, this will be used to make people richer, and they will cover it from A to Z. And that's just, the world that we live in, unfortunately. I've already seen a ton of conspiracy theories going around TikTok regarding this Astroworld situation. And as I said in the past, that's where I draw the line when we're talking about spreading conspiracy theories. Even if it's to debunk them, I just personally don't see the value in that kind of content. But maybe some people like listening to conspiracy theories and that's entertaining for them. I can say if I was a family member of someone that had lost their life, I would not personally appreciate people spreading conspiracy theories regarding my relative or friend that lost their life. And that's where I'll leave it. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.